CDL-A license. Is it for you? Does it apply to you? Should you get one? Every EXP is considering it. Do I really need one? Yes, I know EXPs, especially those who have been executing events for years on end, you may at one point or another ask yourself, is obtaining a CDL-A really for me? And will it be beneficial from a financial standpoint? I don't know. Only you can answer that question. But in this episode of the Jae Davis Experience, I wanted to provide you with a few reasons to ponder on and to consider as to why obtaining a CDL-A may be advantageous for you to do. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, stay tuned, and I also have a special guest joining me to provide his insight as well as tips. You don't want to miss it. All right, EXPs, we're back, and I have a special guest today to assist me in discussing this topic: why obtaining your CDL is beneficial for you as an EXP. We're going to count down our top 3 tips, and we're going to start from the bottom. So make sure you stay tuned to hear tip number 1. So let's jump right into it with tip number 3. Job flexibility. T, why is job flexibility important?
Job flexibility, when you obtain your CDL, allows you to open up many other doors too as well. And that flexibility sense of it, that you have more opportunities as far as presented if you're able to drive. When they say, hey, we need a driver who's able to capable of even logistically moving things or also driving tour vehicles. So that job flexibility opens it up not only for you just as a CDL driver, but also a product specialist, a brand ambassador. So they may ask you, hey, are you able to drive the vehicle to so-and-so, and can you work as a brand ambassador? Of course I can drive and work as a brand ambassador. So that job flexibility allows you able to flex your muscle a little bit more out there in the industry too as well. So having your CDL does open up a variety of opportunities, and also you're being able to be more flexible.
And if you guys haven't already, make sure you purchase your copy of You Do What, where I provide you with some tips to ensure and to assist you in obtaining your CDL. My next tip for maybe why you as an EXP or you should just consider getting your CDL: higher compensation. Yes, you went through all that training, put in all those hours, pre-trips, maneuvers. You didn't do all of that for nothing. So you spent the time, you put the effort and the energy into getting your CDL. And with that being said, this also gives you the opportunity to request higher compensation. So if you're planning on executing any event or any tour and they need a CDL-A driver, make sure you not only understand your roles and responsibilities, but ensure that the roles and responsibilities are in alignment with the compensation that they will be offering. Anything you want to add to that?
And that's key too as well, knowing your worth. As a driver, you got to understand those days that you're driving on the road, you have to take in that consideration of compensation too as well. So with higher compensation, that you're taking on more responsibility of driving assets or whatever it may be geared with the program. Remember, you're responsible for that, so that should be higher compensation. So you want to also be able to convey that to the agency or wherever you're working for, whoever you're working for, to convey that information. Say, hey, I'm responsible of taking these assets from this state to this state, this event to this event. So that's more responsibility. So you should be compensated more. So don't be afraid to ask for a higher compensation, because you have to understand your worth in this industry.
And it's not the same as just being a regular tour manager, as T said. So don't get it twisted, don't get it confused, and don't let account managers make you think that just because you are a CDL-A driver, especially if you'll be driving and serving as a tour manager, those are 2 different roles placed into one, and you just have double the responsibility. So always keep that in mind, and ask, as T said, know your worth. And if you feel as though the work and the workload is not in alignment with what the compensation should be or what they're giving you, make sure you ask for higher compensation, and don't be afraid to voice your reasons as to why you deserve that. So, and lastly, it opens the door for more opportunities. Obtaining your CDL as an EXP is great. However, if it's during the slow period and you want to supplement income and bring in, some additional money, you can go and work for a truck driving company part-time. And a lot of EXPs do this and take this route, when it's slow in the industry.
Well, honestly, for me, I don't choose the route of working for someone else or working for a company outside or someone outside the experiential marketing industry. If you're aligned with multiple agencies and you have a great network, there's always work out there for you, even during the slow periods. When things begin to slow up, having your CDL-A opens up again more opportunities, and during those slow periods when you're off tour, you can hop on if someone needs logistically things to be shipped to, driven to one side of the country to another one or to one event. You can hop on those opportunities. But again, Jay said you can go work for another company. You can work for a trucking company, which is great, which will help you on your skill level. But if you're a skillful driver, I ain't gonna rub my shoulders on myself. But if you're a skilled driver and you know how to handle the vehicle, you don't have to worry about going to get more work and understanding your skill level. But I always suggest opportunities always out there in the industry for you to drive. It does open up many opportunities and many doors, and they're just not only in the experiential marketing industry too as well.
So make sure you network with other EXPs, account managers, anybody when you're executing an event who may need a CDL-A driver. Here in Atlanta, there are drivers all the time because they're filming a lot. So those could be opportunities that you can hop on as well. Also, one thing to keep in mind, Terrio noted, yes, I understand that may not be his preference to go and work for a trucking company outside of executing events, but it may benefit you, as he said, to stay, abreast on your skills and also to stay knowledgeable on the different changes in the DOT rules. If you're not a person who does not take the time to read and to understand the different laws and the different changes, then it may be advantageous for you to go ahead and work for a trucking company just so you stay in the know and you are aware of the various changes and, brush up on any skills that you may have forgotten. So it could work either way, and I understand and I get it. A lot of EXPs may not take that route because, they have enough opportunities to supplement income, and working for a trucking company may not be an option. Also, at any moment's notice, you can be, called up to execute a potential opportunity. So the last thing you want to do is commit to a trucking company, and then a week later, you have to leave to take on a experiential marketing tour or campaign. So I understand the importance of that.
And I'm going to be honest, the compensation level working for a trucking company is below what you will make in the experiential marketing industry. I'm telling you, do not believe the hype.
And the per diem and the hotels.
Do not believe the hype of you go working for a trucking company, you make big bucks. Not in the first beginning, initially when you start out on entry level, and you would not be making that type of money. So be mindful that someone may be whispering in your ear to go work for a trucking company, but believe me, it's more financial beneficial to work in the experiential marketing industry or doing other avenues of trucking versus going out there and working for a trucking company.
Well, there you guys have it. These are our top 3 tips to assist you in deciding whether or not, pursuing a CDL-A license is beneficial, and, just some things to keep in mind as you finagle and navigate through that decision-making process. I want to thank my special guest T for assisting me on this video. If you haven't already, guys, make sure you hit that button, subscribe, like the video if you enjoyed it, and provide me with your comments. Drop me a line and let me know what are your thoughts and what are some things that you either, as a CDL-A driver in the experiential marketing industry, what is some advice that you have for current EXPs who may be looking to take this route. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I'll see you guys soon.